These matchups always elevate the pressure. Heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And as the ball makes its way into... season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Going in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season. And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He'll pull it down. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Secures it at the 30. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Caught in the backfield, it's Allen. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Right on the money. Oh, he's got some space. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, the running back has it. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. Connection to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. NC State will line up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the ground with the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Pulls it in. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Oh, he makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to throw it. Fires on the move. He's got an open man. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
Hand off from the shotgun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Quick release on the RPO. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the 1st down, new set of downs, let's go.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Trying to slam it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Bailey. Unloads to the wideout. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on 3rd down. Pulls it in. It's Allen. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Allen. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. 4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Back to pass, it's Bailey. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stop right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a 4th down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. One more snap coming before halftime. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Complete out of the backfield. On the move at the 30. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments. Yeah,
you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Red pass, it's complete. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. They'll leave it with him. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Luis. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
He goes out of bounds right at midfield. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
NC State will pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got his man, makes the grab. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right front.
Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the 1st down, and stay on the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll try to pop the draw. Powers through the defender. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the one.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
Using his feet. Touchdown, NC State! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Great example of complementary football there. First, the defense comes away with the takeaway, and then offensively, you go to the ground game, being physical at the point of attack, running it in for a touchdown, and now you have the lead with not a lot of time left. They've now put all the pressure back on their opponent.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Pena. Got enough for the first down and wants more. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wideout. Quick release by the QB. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. 3rd down play from the gun. Quickly complete. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely center cut. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied up.
Man, that's a big kick. That's a big moment, a lot of pressure. He delivers, ties this football game up late in the 4th quarter.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. Offense in an empty set. To the air, it's Bailey. Makes the grab down the middle. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Now improvising. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Got it looking for a 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The clock is really putting the pressure on this offense, hustling to the line, desperate to get a few more yards. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Wolfpack will have first and 10. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time he's got it. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. They'll snap it from the 39, and the kicker will need a 56-yarder to give his team a chance to win. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This one from deep to try to win the game. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The snap sets up to throw. Looking to the big tight end. If he houses this, it's ball game. Trying to take it back. And the takeaway is the exclamation point. The game saver for the win.
Let's fucking go!
Crushing turnover by this offense here in overtime.
It's so tough throwing the ball down in this area of the field, right? The windows are so much smaller, and they open and they close so much quicker. You've got to be so precise with timing and accuracy if you're the quarterback. And that time, it came back to bite him. Just didn't execute well enough.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. Got his man quickly. Headed to the end zone. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT.
I think the offense caught the D off guard on that play, throwing it to the fullback. I think this defense was expecting the fullback to kind of ram up in there and try to block somebody, maybe get a fullback dive, but not release out of the backfield like
Hey,
that.
Coach, we knew the blitz was on the way on first down.
Guys,
That's how you peep shit.
By the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams. And that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good. And I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a